going dark.
What's going on, guys? This is Hades at Hades Gaming, back today with another video on the update for Modern Warfare. First of all, we had a pretty big week this week for Modern Warfare. First of all, they added 3 new playlists, which were, I believe it was Same Day Delivery, Shoot House, 24/7, and Gunfight 3v3. But the big news this week is not actually focused on those specific playlists. It's focused on the fact that they have decided to extend Season 1, which was just made in an announcement last night by Infinity Ward on Facebook and Twitter and everything like that, and the community is pretty riled up about this. Now, there are arguments on both sides. First, there is the argument of the people that have had Modern Warfare since the game came out, and that is the argument that, you know, okay, well, why do they get an extra amount of time? We're not allotted an extra amount of time. We were never told we would be allotted an extra amount of time, so maybe we wasted our time playing this game and our stats went lower and all this other stuff. That why should they get an extended amount of time? Just because they didn't have the game, you snooze, you lose. I get that side of the argument. Believe me, I do. I mean, I kind of feel that way myself, but on the other side, this is Infinity Ward kind of saying, okay, it's okay that you couldn't get the game immediately. We're still going to give you something. We're still going to give you the same amount of time as those who actually got the game when it came out. And I understand that, and I think that that's really cool. I think that, at least as far as this season goes, I don't really care that the newcomers actually get a new, an extended amount of time. I don't really care about that. It doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, either you can play the game or you can't, and it doesn't really matter. This is a video game, guys. None of this stuff is actually going to affect you in real life. And yes, even with even less than 25 days extended, they'll still be able to get the free weapons. And if you actually go into the store now, there's oftentimes free bundles for variants of weapons. I'm actually using one of the variants right now, the flooded variant in this gameplay, and that was free. I didn't have to pay for that. That's an epic blueprint. And I feel like Infinity Ward is really trying their hardest to make this game acceptable for everyone, but people just keep throwing shit at them, and I can't honestly blame them for not listening to the majority of us when it comes to skill-based matchmaking or the mini-map or anything like that. I understand why they're not listening to us because we're just so ungrateful as a community, and I think that that needs to change. I understand that some things may frustrate you about the game. I get that. Every game frustrates people in some way or another. But at the end of the day, guys, I hate to break it to you, Call of Duty is a really easy game. It's not hard to play. Have you seen Dark Souls? Have you seen any other video game out there? I guarantee you, any other video game, hell, even Sonic the Hedgehog, man, and that shit is on Nintendo Switch now, that is even harder than this game is. It's all timing in that game, and it's all strategy. If you want a more challenging game or you want a more realistic game, go play Battlefield. Battlefield 5 is perfectly realistic, or at least to the level of realism that a game can be. My point is that Modern Warfare is running out of ideas, but at the same time, they're implementing some great changes. I don't like the fact that they decided to add Shoot House 24/7. I don't like the fact that they keep adding the same stupid stuff like Cranked and Drop Zone, because those game modes are old. I want them to add a new game mode. But the fact is that they're trying to show the community, hey, we do give a shit, we do care, and if it's not enough for you guys, I mean, honestly, you guys are pretty hard to fucking please at that point, because it just frustrates me. It baffles me that you guys don't really give a shit about the fact that you're being given free maps, you're being given free blueprints, free weapons, and that is a lot of shit that you did not get with Black Ops 4 or even Black Ops 3. And it's just one of those things where you go, all right, well, maybe I'm not getting exactly what I want, but I am getting a lot. Infinity Ward has had a track record, even with Call of Duty Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Modern Warfare 3, Infinity Ward has had a track record of giving you plenty of shit to do, and Infinity Ward, in my opinion, is the best development studio out there. Call of Duty Ghosts is still fun to play. This game is still fun to play. Infinite Warfare is still fun to play, even if some people on this channel don't like it. It's still fun to play, and the reason is because Infinity Ward tries their hardest. With Treyarch and Sledgehammer Games, they are just trying to feed into the latest thing that is popular. They're trying to feed into the advanced movement or the nostalgia of World War II, and they're not really trying, in my opinion. Now, sure, I enjoyed Advanced Warfare and World War II for what they were, but I also recognize that they're feeding into trends. Infinity Ward has never really tried to feed into trends. The one time I can remember doing that is when they decided to make Infinite Warfare, and it was so disliked, but the game was actually pretty fun, and they gave you free weapons and free variants if you just earned them, if you just played the game, if you just completed challenges. All of this shit was there for you. And I understand that Infinity Ward isn't giving you everything that you want, but at the end of the day, is it really productive to complain about something that they're obviously not going to change and that they're obviously trying to compensate and give us something better. I understand that you may not like the game. I understand that it may be frustrating to you, but at the same time, guys, there are so many other Call of Duties. If you don't like this one, go play Black Ops 4, play World War II, play Call of Duty 2, but stop bitching, because honest to God, you guys, the ones that are complaining about the skill-based matchmaking and the fucking battle pass and all this shit, you guys are a toxic stain on this community. Unless you have something instructive to say, don't say it at all. There's no need for it. You're not making anyone look good when you say this kind of shit. And I am pissed off at the way that things are going for Modern Warfare. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the officer rank system. I don't like the fact that we go to 155 and then we just stop. We can't go any higher than that. I don't like the fact that we have to complete these officer challenges and then get only a medal. Those are things that I would criticize. And you know, I don't understand that. I just don't get it. I don't understand why they won't change it back to prestigious. I don't understand why they're not giving us more for completing these officer challenges, but I do understand the fact that they are trying to give us something at least. I mean, hell, when you can walk into the game, log on and just get a free blueprint or a free calling card or a free emblem, some of those emblems are pretty sick. They're free, so obviously they're not going to mean much, but it doesn't matter. They're fucking free. I'm not trying to be cheap here, but honest to God, if you have so much money that you honestly want to spend it on supply drops and all that shit, go play Black Ops 4. I am just tired of the incessant bitching I'm hearing from the community about fucking every little detail about this game. We have waited for years for this game, and now that we finally have it, you bite the hand that feeds you? Just no, fuck you. Just no. You don't get to do that. You don't get to decide when it's enough. You don't get to decide that. You have a license to play the game. When you bought this game, you didn't buy the rights to it. You didn't buy an ability to actually say how the game is made. You bought the game for the license. You have a license to play the game, and I cannot wait. Honestly, I wish that Infinity Ward would refund someone's money if they complain too much about the game, found their IP address, and just said, fuck it, you don't get to play this game anymore. We will no longer give you license to play this game. You ungrateful little bastards. Anyway, guys, I understand this was a rant video, but I kind of had to get all of these thoughts out. I had to get these thoughts off my chest and just kind of express them in the best way that I knew how. So if you did like the video and if you enjoyed the gameplay, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Your viewership means more to me than anything on this earth, and you know, I can be genuine about that because hell, I'm not making money from this. I'm not one of those sellouts. Anyway, guys, have a great night. This is Hades Gaming signing off. Have a good one.